Hey guys, it's Bashar Zori, and I'm back with another speed paint. This one's called Animus, and it's a speed paint that I really wanted to finish because of the complicating and complexities of this character itself. There were so many little details to this drawing, as you can see, where I didn't just want to color the whole thing. I wanted to also give it a background. I felt like this would be a milestone that I would have achieved should I have completed this painting. And quite frankly, there were a lot of in betweens when I was recording this where I felt like, oh, I can't go on. This is way too hard. I don't want to finish this. It feels like a leap and a jump again. And that only happened like once at school. Of course, it's happened many times in my life where I go to the next stage in producing art, and it's always just so difficult because, for example, I used to do drawings that were maybe like, I don't know, an hour long, and then when I got to school, I started making these drawings that were like 2 or 3 hours long, which is what this one took. Just the drawing phase took around 2 hours, and then the rest of it, this speed painting took around 2.5. So that's 3.5 hours of working on something. And that's not something I used to do before. Before, even like in high school and stuff, I used to do like, minimum 15-minute, maximum 1 hour drawings. So it was a big leap, but it's not something that was the only leap. I mean, in school, I would do projects that were up to 50 hours long. So getting used to this whole, okay, so from now on, I feel like I've got this emotion inside of me that is bigger than any of the other emotions that I felt, particularly for a certain drawing that I'm going to make, made me want to really kind of stop and think, okay, do I really want to go with this? I was having quite a few sort of like reflective moments as an artist and thinking to myself, should I be doing this? Should I be continuing on down this path? Then I just realized, well, I got to pursue my passion no matter what, right? Like, everyone has to have some sort of passion that they want to get into, some sort of something that they have to do, whether they like it or not, if it's a job or not, something that helps them grow, some sort of therapy. And this honestly may have been sort of like the best, most proud moment that I've had in my life when I finished this speed paint. Let's just get down to the speed paint then. So this speed paint, um, I drew it a while ago, in fact, but it was in my repertoire of being such a good drawing that I wanted to finish it completely. So there were so many little pieces and bits of the speed paint, like, you know, kind of going into the details of it, I already knew how to like kind of like, do colors. But that doesn't mean to say that I wanted to make it like this rainbow of colors that just like, ran around all over the character. I didn't want it to look like it was just a whole bunch of simple two-dimensional sort of flat colors laying on the character and then with a gray background. Now I know that I have been doing backgrounds, but as you can see over here, what I'll do is I flatten the piece and then I take one of those gallery filters in Photoshop and I turn the colors of the character into this, which is something where it looks a lot more like, oh wow, that's professional. But honestly, once you know Photoshop and its techniques, you'll realize that a lot of digital artists, they do a lot of these shortcuts and they make something that looks completely cool, kind of like this in my opinion. And what turned out is the rest of the work is actually pretty easy. Now, of course, drawing it wasn't easy. That was completely, manual. But coloring it, turning into this, and then putting all of these different like strokes of flames and all of these beams and stuff, that was simple. I didn't have to make like a perfect circle in the background just to get it to look right. I could just do that by using Photoshop. But the thing is, it was so much fun to do after I got over the fear of it. Because after I learned that it's not always a easy run to do things in Photoshop either, and that it's a privilege to be able to have all these tools. And then getting over that fear and actually completing the painting, I was actually really proud of myself, I gotta say. So the speed paint itself is pretty much done at this point. Um, not getting too much into it, but this is the final picture. I hope you guys like it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channels and Instagram and Facebook. I really would appreciate that. Hit the bell icon on YouTube if you would. It's called Animus, this painting, and I'll also be linking all of my links below. All right, take care, guys. Bye.